Y'all caught me drinking my coffee. Good morning, y'all. I hope I'm catching you getting a good cup of coffee. Good, nice, warm cup of coffee. Steaming hot. Jeez, steaming hot cup of coffee. This is coffee cup number 2. You see how big that is? Mm-hmm. The elixir of life. Now, usually I have tea, but y'all, you want to know something? My eyes are watering, y'all. I just took some eye drops, so I hope they're not watering that much through this video, but okay, so check this out. It was 3:37, I believe. I was sleeping well. I know it. I went to sleep feeling comfortable and cozy and just relaxed. And then I just opened my eyes like, what? I was like, what was that? You know how sometimes you just kind of gradually come out of your sleep and you kind of like can kind of see what your dream was about and like kind of stretch and like, have like a little conversation with yourself, like, oh, 5 more minutes or something like that. Like it takes you a minute. Baby, I woke up this morning like, bloop, hello. And I was like, no, ma'am. What is wrong with you? Anyway, got up, did some writing. Did some meditating and did some praying. Well, did some praying, then did some meditating, which led me into a little bit more prayer, just a little. Then I contacted my loved ones, as I do every morning, my children, and a couple of loved ones, including my parents, my mom, my dad. If I get on the phone with my dad, if I send my dad a text, it opens the door to a 4-hour conversation that is only one way. And I'm telling you, I'm not doing any talking. I think I may have gotten, a little bit of that from him. What do you think? Well, like right now, you can tell I can talk. That's all I'm saying. The conversation is not my problem. Yeah. But I do, when I do have conversations, it really is two-way. I really do listen an awful lot. But I think more than people realize. But anyway, y'all, let me tell you something. So we're jumping on the channel today, this morning, pretty early. Now, I believe it's probably about 6 o'clock, just hitting 6 a.m. when I started pouring my coffee and turning the computer on and I also got some water. I don't know, am I the only one that has to have a bottled water with my coffee? Like immediately after I just drink water? I don't know why. I also do that with ice cream. Do y'all do that with ice cream? Do you have to have a glass of water after you have ice cream? I really want to know that. Or is it just a what do you call it, a quirk of mine? It's got to be something about that. But anyway, yes, we're on the channel to talk about some inspiration. Now remember, we're doing some changes to the channel. We're making some changes. And before it was Karen Oaks 15-ish minutes of solid inspiration. And that's the name of the daily podcast that I host, I produce, and publish 3 or 4 times a week. Working on some new equipment. So for the podcast by itself, it can have its own equipment, which is very, very coming very, very soon. So we'll start the podcast back up next week, 3 or 4 times a week, but you can listen to the 203 episodes that are already available to you down in the podcast platform links down below in the description box. Check them out, okay? And we'll be back and running really, really soon. Also, if you like this video, if you end up liking this video, give it a thumbs up, okay? And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. And even y'all, just even the likes, clicking, the likes, clicking the likes and leaving comments, that really does help with the algorithm. It really does. And what the goal is to get into, if someone types in inspiration or something like that, these videos will pop up and they'll be able to join us in this exchange of positive energy that we have here on this channel where hope grows inspiration. Y'all, let me tell you what I want to talk about this morning. Besides my asthma, I'm not going to talk about it, but geez Louise, the allergies have been bad all week. I'm just, but I'm fighting them and we're pushing through. I know we all are. So let's talk about this morning. Yesterday, I said I was gonna use today's the notes that have been sitting on my bookshelf to finally talk to y'all about those since last week, or beginning of this week. I don't know. I just been talking about them. They're still on the bookshelf because you know what? After I pushed the button to stop recording yesterday, oh gosh, it happened. Do you know when, for instance, when you have a conversation with someone or you're trying to prove a point or you really thought about something before you went to go present something to someone and you're talking about it and you walk away like, shoot, I should have said that, right? Or I should have said something else, or I should have added on to that. Like you really, truly, in the moment, that you were in the moment, you didn't forget, but you were just so into what you were saying at the time. There was a point that you could have made. Well, oh my gosh. That's what happened to me, y'all. I hit the red button right there. And I was like, oh man, I could have said this. Because I ended the video talking about do your squats, right? Kind of being funny, but then really being real about it. Because really and truly, y'all, okay, let me just talk about it. Let me just talk about it. About 9 days ago, see, me and Missy Elliott, we get on my exercise machine and we do some things. She's my trainer. And listen, that's what brought me up to it brought me to a thought that I thought maybe I should express today instead of those notes again that have been born but not have had a chance to live yet. I will let them live eventually. They live somewhere. It's not like that's the thing about people when about ideas and things. There's nothing new under the sun. We're just all different people and we express things differently. But these ideas and these things that we all talk about, they're not new. But it's just so fun and liberating and a blessing to hear how each and every one of us interpret the lives God has given us in a positive way. It's so delightful and inspirational, right? So, I was talking about those squats. Y'all, look, I really overdid it. I so overdid it that I could not move. I could not move. And for about 4 days, everything was miserable. I couldn't do my laundry. I just couldn't. It was miserable. Trying to sit down on the couch, trying to do anything, lay down was like, oh my God. So that experience caused me, the experience was extreme pain and fatigue and hurt. That was my experience. That was the result of my attempt. I do it all the time. It's not like that was the first time I keep exercise in my weekly regimen at least twice a week, at least 20 minutes. I'm not hardcore, but I'm definitely not inactive. Right? So what I did was I pushed myself beyond the limit. I should not have. I should have just stuck to what I usually do, consistent, and what I can do. What I did is I held myself back because what I did was I overdid it and I hurt myself. And now, in my mind, I'm associating squats with extreme pain. Think I'm joking? Look, I'm an active person. I couldn't move. I couldn't move. Probably the only thing I could do was blink because I like to blink. That was funny. You have no idea. Yeah, so look, that brought me to this what I'm going to talk about now. Oh gosh. This is what we have, okay, so speaking of that hurt, this is why people get trainers, right? We hire trainers. We probably end up hating them. But we hire them because we already know that we can do it. If we didn't know that we could do it, we wouldn't be doing it. Like we put our mind to it. We started it. We did it. We know we can. The point is finding out what our limit is and just trying to push it over just a little bit for the growth, but not too much, because if we push ourselves too much, if we try to go too fast, too far, too soon, what happens? You stop. And then you don't, baby, that's going to hurt. Nope. There goes that blinking. It's going to hurt. And you know it. You know it. So we get these trainers, right, that push us through. They yell at us. They yell and they say, you go. Don't stop. Until we get through the pain and then we start seeing the results, right? So here's my point, y'all, because we'll have to stay encouraging. And it's Friday. Okay, so first and foremost, you got through the week. You got all the way through this tumultuous week, because it was quite tumultuous, wasn't it? A little bit chaotic. Got on your nerves a little bit, didn't it? Are we in the same boat? If we're not, I want to be in your boat. I got some water right out there, right there. Sail on up. I'll be waiting for you right on the shore, aka the curb. Because, man, golly, this week has been crazy, but it's over, right? Thank God for, whatever trainers he's putting in our lives. This is what I'm trying to say, because stuff hurts. And sometimes we overdo it. Sometimes we overthink. Sometimes we overwork. Sometimes we play too much. I was going to say overplay, but that doesn't make sense, so I'll just say it the right way. We play too much. First of all, with God and what he's trying to lead us to do, we play too much. We know what's going on. When the universe is nudging us to do something, the universe is 100% obedient to God. So when the universe is nudging you and you see things and signs and synchronicities and, you take a right instead of a left and you wanted to go left, why not just take this right? Could have been a roadblock sign too. Sometimes we know why. There's a sign that says, take a right, not a left. So God sent us these trainers because life is going to hurt. And these trainers are here. Y'all don't push them away, because they are here to push us. Go, you go. When life starts to hurt, and when we know we have a routine, but a routine can only be a routine so long, or or it starts to become a cycle. And if that cycle is not promoting our growth, if it's keeping us kind of stuck in one place, then we need to not do that. Because, and more than likely it's because we've been hurt. Some things are hurting, or we've done it before, we tried it before, we watched somebody else do it before. That happens a lot with me. I'll see like, oh baby, I already know what that looks like, I don't want that, or something like that. Or the other times I'm saying, I already know what that feels like, I don't want that. You know, when you tell yourself, oh, so familiar. Y'all, that we shouldn't tell ourselves that it's not familiar at all. It's brand new. Familiar, it's not familiar. It's a brand new experience, brand new person, brand new condition. And these are different things. I'm not really just making this about a person. I'm making this, I'm going to go across the board. Brand new thing, brand new person, brand new experience, brand new, whatever. Brand new. It's not the same. It's not familiar. The only thing that's familiar is the feeling that got you to the same thing, experience, emotion, whatever, in the first place. And more than likely, there wasn't a trainer there pushing you through the pain, the hurt. God is a number one trainer for sure. But let me tell you what he does, part of that training that he does for us. Oh, of course, we have the Word of God. And we're going to give him all glory today, aren't we? I am Angel Bells. We're going to give him all glory because without him, we wouldn't even be here to have the day, And the first thing we should do is be glad for the day. I think the number one thing that we should do to show gratitude to God is at least enjoy it. Enjoy the day. At least enjoy it. How do you enjoy it? Find something, to be grateful about. And hold on to it for the day. But yeah, God sends us these trainers. He's the best trainer in the world, in the universe, galaxies eternally. But part of his plan is to send us trainers here, and they crossed our path, and we call them friends. We call them confidants. Is that how you say the word? We call them soulmates and stuff like that. All kinds of words for them. These people, but they're here to they're in our lives on purpose. Excuse me, it's just still morning. It's so early, but they're here in our lives on purpose, and they help us get through the week. They help us get through to Friday, the weekends too. Because some of us can't stop working. It's not that we can't stop working like we, we just can't. It's what we do naturally is work. There are some people that are natural teachers. There are some people like natural leaders. That's all they do. They don't have to be on their 9 to 5. At home, they're leading. When they're on the phone with their friends, they're leading. You just can't stop working. That's what I'm trying to say. That's how you know when something is your calling. And the more of a calling it is, more than likely, the more, what's the word I'm going to say? What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say more than likely, you'll have those trainers come into your life just about when you're about to give up, or you're saying, what am I doing this for? Yeah, that was bad grammar, but that's what we say. What am I doing this for? What am I doing this for? And sometimes we don't know really, but we know really. Especially when, and I'll just get real about it, when it, what do we go to work for? Cha-ching. Sometimes it's all about, what can it pay me? But sometimes what it pays you has nothing to do with the benefit of it. The benefit is what feeds your soul and what helps you grow, helps you become closer to God. That's where your power is, and that's when everything starts to flow in abundantly, starting with some good feelings. And then with those good feelings, we're able to get up in the morning, tell a couple jokes about some squats, because we know we're going to end up doing it again anyway. We have to. It's part of the routine. But when it takes sometimes a trainer, or maybe, getting back to that analogy, going back to that visualization, or an exercise partner, or somebody who's going to say, you can do it. You already know you can, or you wouldn't be there. It's not a codependent type of thing. It's a support system. There's a difference. There's a difference now, and I brought up the codependent thing for a reason. That's what we have to completely avoid. I had to stop that. I was for a long time thinking that my value and my worth came from how proud someone was of me, or how well I did according to their expectations of me, what they thought I should be, what they thought I should do. I tried my best to comply. And and I will say this also as well. There was some advice, very good advice, that was given to me through the course of all of this struggle. And I say struggle because I was resisting what I was supposed to be doing. Struggle only comes when we resist what's natural, what we're naturally supposed, our instinct, what we're actually supposed to be doing. That's the only time we start to struggle in love and work and money and friendship and everything. It's just when we're doing something opposed to what's natural, and that's what God wants us to do. But that was my struggle. My struggle was being so concerned about meeting the expectations of those people that I love. I'm not even mad at them right now. Actually, I'm so glad they're my life, and the people who understand that personal growth is personal growth, and they are part of it. Sometimes you have to say that out loud, and sometimes you have to, even pick up the phone and let someone know, or maybe send a quick text. I miss you, I love you. I know there's been time, that we haven't talked or whatever, but I'm growing. Anyone who loves you is going to be happy for that. Anyone who does not, anyone who is threatened by it or feels some kind of way, are where they're supposed to be. Not in your energy. That's not speaking life. That's not shining light. That is, it's just, that holds us back. And it's not even them that's holding us back. When it happens to us, we get in a feeling. We start to get in our feelings. We start to think negative things. And that's what holds us back. Because sometimes we're not balanced enough to understand that it's not personal attack. Sometimes it is, but it's not necessarily a personal attack. It's a person. It's when we attack ourselves, When we're hurt, we attack ourselves about it, and then we lash out at others. We see ourselves in others, and then we lash out at them. But really, the hurt is coming from us. It is. Things happen in life. We have conditions and situations and circumstances that sometimes we don't even have control over. I think I've talked about this before. Sometimes we're born into something. But what can you do about that? And sometimes it's generational. Because somewhere down the line, there was supposed to be just enough faith, and there wasn't. So, it's got to be worked out. So, sometimes we're born into it. Sometimes, like I said, I like to say the things that we are in control of, like our feelings, our actions, our words, how we treat people, those will bring on some consequences. Some people like to call it karma. Karma is good and bad. That's why sometimes I don't like to use the word karma, because people automatically think, a big anvil or something is going to come out of the sky and drop on you. No, karma is good too. So I like to be careful using that word. Anyway, y'all, it just comes back. But anyway, let's get back to these trainers, because I'm gonna lose my train of thought. Oh, look at that. That was not intended. That happens to me a lot. Now let's get back to my train of thought here about these trainers. God being the number one trainer, and He guides our steps. He orders our steps, especially when we ask. Oh boy, when we ask, it's a done deal. Sincerely, it's a done deal. Sometimes He knows when our mind is clouded. He knows when we can't hear Him. He knows. So He'll do things like send some trainers. That when we've overdone it, we're tired. If that trainer wasn't there, we'd sit down somewhere. Forget this, man. Forget this. We need someone to push us. The Bible does talk about friends. To be a good friend. See, friends are trainers. They're in our lives to push us and to tell us we can keep going. At the same time, they're talking to themselves too, by the way. Trainers have made it through, and they know what it takes to keep going. That's why they're trainers. But while they're training us, these trainers that are pushing us through, that God-given, God sent, they're also, rebuilding themselves. Not rebuilding, but they're adding on, refining, fine-tuning, getting better, becoming more expert, becoming stronger trainers, because they know what it takes, and they're still keeping themselves in check and aligned to what they're training us to do, and that's those squats. Not to give up, not to give up, not to give up, not to give up. Yeah, so I woke up this morning, eyes open like that. Like, what? Got my first cup of coffee. The reason why this is the second one is because I turned on my exercise machine. And I turned on Missy Elliott. All I had to hear was, get it, get it, get it, get it. Oh my gosh. And I did get it. Oh my gosh. So, and I didn't overdo it. That's the thing. That's the whole point. Okay. Life is gonna hurt. Sometimes we're not gonna want to even do it. Like we already know. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm telling you something so real. Sometimes we just gotta just go ahead and just do it. Just do it. Push through it. Just do it. There's a result on the other end. And that strength you built up. You've been built up, restored, stronger, more able. I'm thinking literally more physically fit, but metaphorically and figuratively, theoretically, and faithfully. We become better, stronger, wiser, and at the end, we may become a trainer. I think that's pretty cool, don't you? I thank God for my trainers. Oh, yes. I thank God for them. I have a couple of people in my life, including my mother. Okay, I'll say 4 because I have 2 kids. That encourage me to keep going. Even when stuff hurts. Even when I wake up some mornings and I'm not seeing very well. I see well enough to do what I need to do. So that's why I say God provides. He's not gonna leave me out here all willy-nilly like that. I'm good. He provides what I need for what I need to do. He does. So sometimes I have to humble myself and think about my trainers. I think about the people who have been through some things that I can't fathom getting through myself. Yeah, so I thank God for these people. And remember them, okay? Because it's part of the plan. Remember them. When you start to feel like you want to give up, remember them. Remember that you got through. You got through. It's Friday. It's Friday. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And then tomorrow you can just sleep in. Or if not sleep in, you just know it's not the week. Things it's a little bit more slow boogie on the weekend. Even if you have to go to work, you know that. It's a little bit more slow boogie. Because even in your spirit, you're just a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? It's Saturday. If you have to go into the office, you probably put your headphones on and you're a little bit less amped up. Because you already have that attitude. It's Saturday. These people are finna get 55% or something like that. We get a little sassy when it comes to them people. I have to go to work. These people. Oh, yes, y'all. Okay, well, yes, it is early, isn't it? I think I'm going to now. Got some stuff to do today. It is Friday. Got some writing to do. I've got some calls to make. And, I think I'm going to do more laundry, y'all, today. Wash some, my tablecloth and some linens and stuff like that. The once a week stuff. Okay, y'all. Well, again, I hope this video is meeting you and yours. I hope your coffee is still hot. Mine got kind of, let me see. It's a little less than Starbucks heat. So this needs to go in microwave in a hurry. This cup right here and this cup is some Folgers. I like Taster's Choice. Here I go plugging these things again. Y'all, I do not get paid for these advertisements. I promise. I don't get paid for anything. But I'm going to tell you about this cup of coffee right here. The best part of waking up is what? Y'all remember it. Folgers in your cup. Oh my God. There's no sugar in here. There's no cream in here. This is straight black coffee. And it's fantastic. I thank God for this too. What I call it? The elixir of life. I might want to call it jet fuel right now. So I'm going to take off and go. Talk to y'all later. Again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And leave a comment. I need some glasses, like better glasses to see the comments. So just leave them, y'all, okay? And I will get to them. Any constructive criticism, y'all, be nice. There's been a few comments I've had to take down. Why are you being... Why? There's no need. Just leave some nice comments, y'all. I mean, constructive criticism is good. I welcome that. But just flat out ugly stuff, y'all, it doesn't make any sense to do that. Anyway. Yes. God bless you and yours. Get some sunshine today, okay? If you can't, like I said, and I always like to say, if you cannot find the sunshine outside because of a cloudy day, or you're in a building, you know, maybe with no windows, or just something that sometimes we get in those positions where we can't see the sun. Close your eyes. Go inside. You see that? It's right there. I'll talk to you later. Y'all have a good day.